Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So today is a very, very special day. This is when I am going to finish the max luck of Light Murasame. And yeah, super excited about this because she's one of my favorite characters. And yeah, just for looks and abilities and all that. And then to make her was very much a labor of love. If you saw my previous video, kind of detailing what you have to go through in order to make the max luck of her, then you know that, yeah, it took a while. And time-wise, it took me just about a year and a month, looks like. So yeah, very, very long time. And then, yeah, the hurdle for this is very high. So I would say that making this is one of my top accomplishments in this game. The others being maybe going through the Tower of Champions with free parties, and then also making the max luck of Alexander. That's another one of my top accomplishments. So those are my top three, I guess. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and fuse that. Let's see where that is. There we go. Okay, very cool. Ha 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 ha. There we go, max luck. Yay. Alright, we'll take a photo of that. Oops. Alright, now we'll take a photo of that. Okay. So, let's see what else I had to say. There is a lot to say about her, actually. Just because, one, she is a very powerful character. And then, two, she's very unique in how you get her and then raise her. And then, yeah, also like where you use her, you know, what she's good for, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll look at her stats next. Alright, there she is. So yeah, she is a balance type. And then if we look at her hit points, that's pretty solid. 22,000 I would say is very solid, even for a Hatcher monster. And then, hey, and then attack. It's very, very high, actually. If she hits her gauge, she will get up to 30,000 attack power. So you don't need to think about using her only in dark quests. Her attack is high enough that she can be a good damage source with her attack in any element quest. So that makes her very versatile. And then speed is also very solid, over 350. So yeah, stats are pretty crazy, especially for a drop monster. And then her strike shot, it is the explosion strike shot. And yeah, her first attack, yeah, it can do like 800,000 damage in a boss's weak point. So that's pretty crazy. And then her bump combo, her main bump combo is the homing 25. And this looks very cool because, you know, there's 5 shots of each of the 5 elements going out. So it's a lot of hits as well. But I would kind of rather that she had all of the shots be a single element, because that would mean she could do much more damage on a particular character. Having all of the shots different elements like this, that means only 1/5 of the shots will do special damage to an enemy or a boss. While all the others will just do regular damage or else less damage, because like if you do a fire shot on a green character, or if you do a green shot on a red character, for example. So yeah, I got mixed feelings about the bump combo, but yeah, it looks cool and it's fairly strong. But yeah, and then her abilities, she is a bounce with null gravity barrier and then dark resistance. So she does have a great advantage in dark quests. She can do that extra damage without taking the extra damage herself. And then, yeah, she's got the single null ability, the null gravity barrier. And then I would say of maybe all drop monsters with just the single null gravity barrier null ability, she is the best in the game. And so, yeah, anytime a quest calls for just gravity barriers or mainly gravity barriers, then she's definitely going to be my go-to max luck. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Okay. So next we'll talk about what impossible quests she is good for. And yeah, the top one is probably at Tsukuyomi. She was very important to me to make my max look of Tsukuyomi. If I didn't start using Murasame, I may still be working on Tsukuyomi actually. And she is so good for that quest that she is worth using, not even as a max luck. Yeah. The thing about drop monsters, and I say this all the time, extreme level drop monsters, is that they just don't do a lot of damage. But Light Murasame here, she covers the bases. Her attack is very high, like I said earlier. Her strike shot does a lot of damage. And then her bump combo, although it could do more damage, it does do good damage anyway. Yeah. And then other quests she's good for Dark Muramasa, whom I may start working on from now. And then she'll be good for the Dark Element Colossal quest coming later. And then, yeah, because of the because of that very high attack and that ability to do damage in any element, I would say that she's good for Izanami, Yamato Takeru, and Kushinada, actually. You could bring her to any of those, if you had no one else. And, yeah. Next, let's look at other max looks that she obsoletes. And then... Alright. So yeah, she, I call her the best, bounce, null gravity barrier drop monster in the game. So that would kind of obsolete a lot of these guys here of light and dark. So yeah, we'll start from the bottom. I would say Desk Coil, don't need to use him anymore. Same goes for Dax. Same goes for Da Vinci. Same goes for who else? I think Tiger X, Soulwing X, and who else? Another Desk Coil, Sir Lucas, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I do say that you could replace Light Murasame, or use Light Murasame in favor of all of those guys. But a lot of those guys, they have kind of little things about them that make them more useful in certain situations. Like Desk Coil, for example, if you needed that Blast Bump combo, you could use him for that. Da Vinci here, if you needed the Mech Slayer or the Meteor Strike Shot, you could use her for that. So yeah, it's not like I'm gonna, sell these guys and never use them again. But Light Murasame, fills that same niche for the most part, so I'll be using her more often than not there. But yeah, very cool. And then as for the teams that I use to farm the Light Murasame, let's see here. Well, maybe I can talk about Dark Murasame first. That's the quest that you need to farm over and over. And then the max looks that I used there were... let's see. This one here, Ghoulie Ascension. And I actually don't use him very much, but he was very helpful for the Dark Murasame. He's a Pierce with a Blast Bump combo. So he's like one of the best support characters. And then in addition to him, I used... Let's see. Rotbone here. He was a limited time character from the previous Halloween event. He's got Sprite Slayer, which works on that boss. And then Hatcher Monsters. I used a bunch of Hatcher Monsters. You can really use anybody with no gravity barrier. But towards the end, I used Arthur here. And then... let's see here. Sirius here. Yeah, Sirius is great. He's got the Pierce, so you can just go straight for the boss's weak point. And then he's got the Sprite Slayer, which does big damage. And then for that Dark Murasame quest, you want to do big damage, because you're going to take big damage as well. It's really a kill or be killed kind of a mission. And yeah, it goes by very quickly for that. And then Arthur is good specifically because there are some damage walls in the quest. And then also that... Laser Strike Shot comes in handy on the last stage. because if you're stuck on the other side of the scorpions, you can shoot your laser through the scorpions and get to the boss no problem, and then take away over half of the life bar there. So yeah, that was my main farming team for Dark Murasame. And then for Light Murasame, I really liked, well, you need a gravity barrier for one thing. And then there are also a lot of other gimmicks. So I liked a mix of other null gimmicks, like null warp or flight or null damage wall. And so, and then in addition to all that, I really liked meteor strike shots. Because you can use those on the shields that will go out. So yeah, I wanted null gravity barrier with a meteor strike shot and then one other null ability. And so for max lux or drop monsters that were good, kind of the most popular pick is Izanami here. She's got the null gravity barrier and the meteor strike shot, and then a secondary null ability in null warp, and then yeah, her her bump combo does a lot of damage, and she's got very high hit points, so that can help you in that mission. You also take a lot of damage in Light Murasame, so that's why that. And another good one is Bishamonten here. And she's good because she's a Pierce with the Meteor Strike shot, so she can hit, exactly who she's aiming for. And then also on the second to last boss stage, there are shields that are covered up by another enemy, but with a Pierce character, you can go straight through that enemy, hit all the shields, and then with the meteor take down all the shields. So yeah, she's very good for that. And then, who else was there? Oh yeah, there's a new guy, Chainbound. And then, yeah, I did say in his review, but he's one of the best characters for Murasame and Muramasa, because he's got the double null ability, and then I feel like his flight is more important than null warp, because mines can kill you, but warps cannot. But yeah, very versatile with his Pierce, and then a strong bump combo in the lock-on Pierce wave. I never actually used him, but I could see him being very, very useful in those missions. And then, yeah, as far as Hatcher monsters that fit that bill, one here, this is Hera Ascension, Pierce no gravity barrier with a meteor strike shot, and she's also got a Minesweeper, which can help you get rid of those. And then, let's see, one other is Hikari here. Kind of the same idea, flight, no gravity barrier, she's bounce instead. It's got the meteor strike shot. And then, who else was there? Thumbelina. She's got the null gravity barrier, null damage wall. And then she's really great from a defensive standpoint, because you do take so much damage in that quest. She takes less damage from all of the other elements, and then she can protect her teammates with her defense up bump combo. And meteor strike shot, of course, so she was pretty great there. And then other ones are, let's see, here's Romeo. He also has flight and null gravity barrier, but his meteor strike shot is the chain meteor. So you really want to use him on the first turn of a stage, while all of the enemies are still out. So I would say he's a little bit less, he has a little bit lower priority than these other characters I'm recommending, but still very, very powerful. And then the last Hatcher monster I would recommend is here, Aramis Evolution. Double null, no gravity barrier, no warp, meteor strike shot. So yeah, you could use any of those characters, but I don't recommend using a team full of those characters, because they may not do enough damage overall. And yeah, really for Manasame, you also want some slayers. Like Rotbone that I talked about earlier, or where is he? There he is. Yeah, this guy is kind of famous as a Murasame hunter. This is Suruto Evolution. No gravity barrier, then Sprite Slayer L. So yeah, he's fairly easy to get, and yeah, you can use him in Murasame, and then it's kind of agreed that a team of like him and then Izanami is a great team to use in Murasame. And then also Sirius, like I mentioned before. Same idea, Sprite Slayer L, no gravity barrier. And then you can also use Thor here. He's also got no gravity barrier Sprite Slayer. And if you wanted to, you could go for the Ascension version that has Sprite Slayer XL. That's 3 times the damage. And then a very strong bump combo. And yeah, I think those are my main recommended characters for Light Murasame. So yeah, let's go back and have another look at Light Murasame. There she is. So yeah, super duper pleased with this. I'm going to be using her every chance I get. And I did say this in the previous video, but I cannot recommend making the max luck of this character for most players. It's a big ol' hurdle to get over, a big ol' mountain to climb. But I can tell you that the satisfaction of completing this is very real. But yeah, you can watch my other videos about how to play the mission, and hopefully that will get you your first one. And if you are thinking about it, hopefully it'll help you get your max luck. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care.